Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria. This is my end of the day hair look. We have this really cute poof moment. Like, my hair did look good once upon a moment today, and then I put my hair up and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna take it down for this video. I'm way too real for that. My foundation, see how far away you are? That's intentional because I look so bad right now. Like, my foundation is to the like 10-hour mark where it's actually starting to itch a little bit, so it's not a good moment. But these are the perfect days that I love to sit down and chat with you guys and do swatch videos. So these are my favorite kind of moments because you guys know I always save any type of lip swatching for the end of the day. So this video includes some lip swatches, regular swatches, and overall we're just gonna discuss. So today's video, you guys, we're talking about all these products. This is the newest release from Stila. This is their Vivid and Vibrant collection. There was a range of different products. We're going to dive into those. And I already did film this video once before. I didn't like the way that it came out, so I'm actually going to shoot it again. This is the second time, so please, sweet Jesus, just love this video. Please give it a thumbs up and heart it and love it and talk to me in the comments because I need it. I need the reassurance because your girl is feeling real defeated right now. So let's kind of dive in. We're going to talk a little bit about this. So Stila, a couple of months ago, a month maybe-ish, they released the Vivid and Vibrant collection, which is a range of different products from different colors of their standard glitter and glow eyeshadows. These new little duo eyeshadow like moments here that you open up. There's like a shimmer on one side and a glittery shadow on the other. Then there were their felt tip liners, their regular smudge tip liners, and was there more? Oh yes, and their liquid lipsticks, which there were just like some new colors added to that line. So I bought this entire bundle over on the Stila website. It was like you could get the entire collection at like this crazy discounted price, and then I ended up getting the sign up coupon or whatever. I don't know. I got these all for a really good bundle, like price together, which is great, but I'm going to be giving you like the individual if you were to go purchase it right now pricing. So side note, I didn't pay full retail for this. I don't like to pay full retail for literally anything if I can help it. Just saying. Guys, gotta be honest, that Mario Badescu spray right there was kind of fucking with me. I was like, who are you, sir? But it's just a spray bottle. I can move on now. So for me, this collection is a little bit difficult to try and go through and keep everything together, but I think how I'm going to pair these together is I'm going to talk about them not in their color story, but in the actual product. So we're going to go through and swatch the shimmers, and then these, and then so on and so forth. Now these did come in different color stories. Example, there is a green, one of these liquid shadows, there's a green duo, a green felt tip, and a green smudge liner, and then obviously the liquid lipsticks are all like pinky nude, so those didn't fit in at all, but I don't know. We'll get to that at the end of the video. But I'm not going to go through the color stories because quite frankly, they don't all have color stories. Like some of them only have, like some of them have all the pieces, some of them were released without matching felt tip and smudge liners, and it really just threw off my groove. So let's go ahead and jump into these sexy devils first. All right guys, so let's go ahead and kick this off with the Shimmer and Glows. Now, you will be able to tell these apart from the rest of the collection because every name in these like 6 that they released for this collection are the Vivid so there's Vivid Jade, Vivid Smoky Quartz, and my understanding with this collection is that it was supposed to be intense, beautiful, bold pops of color, not necessarily on like the fluorescent, intense, that kind of side, but more so on the, you know, just intense moments. So let's go ahead and get to swatching these. First up, we have Vivid Smoky Quartz. Now, this I actually really like, but for my skin tone, it doesn't show up the best. It's just like a really standard, chill kind of brown. Are you guys too far away? Guys, I cannot vouch for what I look like right now, but this is for the makeup, okay? It's for the swatches. So first up, Vivid Smoky Quartz. You can see it does have that beautiful like shimmer and glow. I love their shimmer and glow formula. It is so beautiful. By the way, sorry, my glasses are on. I know you're going to get some Jeremiah hair glare. Princess Diaries, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it, and I'm sorry that you've never seen it, but you're gonna get some serious glare, and I can't help it because I can't see. So it's the way it's gotta be. But this is the first one, and I really love this color. I find that it's a beautiful liner more than anything because this color all over my lid is not super flattering. I've used that on like the outer and inner V's to smudge out a look. It's beautiful. It performs very, very nicely as a liner. These all do. Overall, their Shimmer and Glow formula is very nice for that. Now this next one, oh baby. You want more than Ooh Baby? Shocking. The next one is Vivid Labradite, which for me, this shade was a little bit lackluster. It reminds me of the graphite in a pencil, like graphite, lead, just a lead pencil. That's all that reminds me of. If you took a lead pencil and like scratched it on your paper like I did when I was in school and I was bored and I didn't want to listen, learn, or write anything, I would just like scribble my pencil. And that's what this color reminds me of. Again, it does have a beautiful shade and like sheen to it, but it's beautiful sheen, not shade. It's just not my favorite color overall. I actually had a really difficult time finding a use for that color. It felt very lackluster for me, but this next one, oh my gosh. This one is Vivid Amethyst. This color, this is a vivid and bold and vibrant color. I love this color so much. Looks beautiful on the eyes, looks beautiful on a lot of skin tones. I actually saw, I don't know if it was on Stila's Instagram, on somebody's Instagram, I saw them use this color. It is so, so stunning. I love this color. It, again, works great on pasty skin tones all the way to deeper skin tones because it has this really nice, like almost pink reflect in it that you can't see on camera. But the way that it picks up different lighting and your skin tone and just plays off of everything, it is a beautiful, beautiful color. This next one is the shade Vivid Garnet, and it's a very similar situation. Now, I've told you guys before, I have a difficult time like wearing this shade because red undertoned things just don't look that great on my skin tone, but this red is actually really beautiful. Again, this is one that I've used a lot as a liner. I have thoroughly enjoyed it for that purpose. You can take it, put it on the back of your hand, and it's so easy to work with because again, these are their Shimmer and Go formula, Shimmer and Glow. Shimmer and Glow. Why is that such a difficult thing for me to say? Because it's that formula, it's so smooth and buttery and it just glides out so nicely on like an angled brush or a really, really thin like pencil brush, anything like that, whatever your preferred method is for like a liquid liner. These are so good for that. Again, this color, not the easiest for me, but I do find that I was able to make it work with like a loose glitter. I put this on and then I actually tapped just like a loose glitter on over top of it and it actually held that reflect and the glitter pieces really, really nicely. So that was another use for it. You guys know me, like I'm all about finding new, inventive, fun uses for things. This next one is Vivid Jade. I'm going to swatch this one on the side. This color actually really surprised me because when I saw it online, I was like, oh, I'm not going to like that. But this green is so flattering. This is like a perfect green for so many skin tones. It's not like Kermit the Frog green. It's not like weird, ugly, like, oh, I'm trying to be teal, but I'm not cool enough green. It shifts so beautifully, like on the lid, that you can pair this with so many different shadows. I paired this with gold, loved it. Paired it with silver, love it. Like all those different undertones make this one so, so beautiful, and it's so buttery. I love this so much. I think this one, if memory serves, I actually smudged that on my lower lash line and it looked so, so beautiful. So anyways, the last one, I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that. This last one is Vivid Sapphire, and oh my God. Hello, this camera, this lighting, nothing is doing this justice. It is such a beautiful, intense, fun ass blue. Actually, you know what? Do I have my phone? I want to put my flashlight on for you guys and show you this in the flashlight. Look at the reflect. Like, oh my God. This blue is like one of my favorites. I mean, look at the green too. The green really dances in the light, but that blue, it is so freaking magical in the like direct light. Without these beauty lights, it is so, so stunning. So there's really not much, I mean, in my personal opinion, you guys know me, when it comes to these videos, like I'm so chill. We're just hanging out, we're swatching makeup. These are probably one of my most chill to date videos, are when I'm at the end of the night and I'm just doing swatches with you guys. So if I was going to just sit here and be real with you, I do think that their Shimmer and Glow formulas are by far like one of my favorite ride or die formulas for like shimmery liquid eyeshadows. Now, that's not going to be true of everything else. I actually have some thoughts on some of the other shit in this box, but as far as this formula goes, you guys, I love it. I swear by it. I've used it so much. I've paired it with so many different like primers and this and that and this and that. And what I find is that these manipulate very universal throughout different skin types and textures and tones and just everything to that nature. Now, much as you will hear me talk about later on in this collection, the only thing I was bummed out about is that a couple of these colors, I felt like they could have just went like that one step further. If you are going to have a vivid, vibrant collection and call it Vivid, Vibrant, vibrant collection, blah, blah, blah. Why isn't it more vivid? I want it to be intense. I want you to see it from space, because to me, that is vivid and vibrant and intense and lustrous and hello and sexy. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's a couple of these colors they really could have pushed just like that extra little more. Now, my three favorites by far, the green, the blue, and the purple. Like this one, and this one. So beautiful. The other ones, they're nice, they're pretty, they're good. But honestly, if you're looking for like that standout pop, is it worth it? I would say that those three are. The other three, in my opinion, you can pass on. Like, they're not super special. Again, at least not to me. And I didn't find that they stood out against the rest of the Shimmer and Glows. You guys know I have an expensive and extensive Shimmer and Glow collection in my room here, and I didn't find that those ones, like, they were different, yeah, but they didn't stand out. These ones really stood out. They were impactful to me enough that I actually found myself looking for them to see if they would work for a liner, to see if they would pair with other colors. And you know, the other ones, the gray, the brown, the red, they just didn't do that for me. I wasn't like drawn to them. I wasn't, oh my god, where are those? I miss them. And anytime I'm testing makeup, and I feel like that is like such a huge indicator for me of like, do I love it? Can I live without it? If I'm not looking for it when I don't have it, like, do I really need it? So for me, those three colors were definitely standouts, but the formula is so good. Alright, so next up in this Vivid Vibrant collection, we have the Stila eyeshadow duos, you guys. These are 20 bucks a piece. They look a little tiny square like this, and basically that's exactly what they are. There's no muss, no fuss. They are eyeshadow duos. You open it up and you have a little mirror right down here, and then two colors on the inside. Now, what I love about these, just from like a packaging standpoint, if I'm being honest, I love that on the outside, the writing on the package is the color on the inside. You don't have to open every single one to be like, oh, which one is blue? Well, this one's blue because the outside is blue. I'm being honest. It seems like such a dumb detail to say out loud, but how many companies don't do that, ColourPop? Like, how many? You know what I mean? Granted, these are $20, which is damn expensive, but I'm just gonna move on. So let's go ahead and talk and swatch these. From what I'm gathering, again, from using these, I used all of them multiple times, and I'm gonna be honest with these ones, they are not that great in my opinion. I don't really find that you need these. I don't find that you will miss them. They are, one side is a very like thick shimmer kind of thing. The other side is a glitter. Honestly, I felt like a lot of them were really similar. Like, I don't know. I don't know. For me, again, you guys, these were just not super necessary. Like, you can see this one up here, it's glitter, so it's like more chunky. It's more, you know, dusty, if you will. The bottom one is shimmery. This one is the shade Smoky Quartz, which, as a side note, these do correspond in name with the Shimmer and Glow. So if you wanted to use those and these, it was really easy to grab and go and know which one you were getting. That was a really nice thing for me when I was, you know, going through, getting ready in the morning. I didn't have to stop and go like, oh, I have to find which one matches, because Vivid Smoky Quartz over here matches this one, matches the liner, matches so on and so forth. So if you really love a monochromatic moment, you will really love that aspect of these. Now, what you will not love, however, is how inconsistent these are. This one is one of my favorites, which I thought was kind of funny considering the shimmer, it wasn't my favorite, but like for this is a great formula. And again, there's a lot of inconsistency to be found here, but what I love about this color in particular is that this shimmer is so smooth and magical and radiant, and this glitter is glittery, but it's not super chunky. It's not super, you know, fallout, if you will. It's not like fallout crumbling like Village City. It does have fallout because of course it is a glitter, but it's a lot more thick and opaque without being messy. And that is not the case going forward. Some of these, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I straight up hate, and you will know which ones I do not like. But until then, let's move on. This is the shade Amethyst. This is also a really beautiful one. Now, the glitter on this one is a lot thinner, or thinner, I guess it'd be more crumbly. It's thinner the way that it feels, but it's thicker when it swatches because it goes all over the place. Like you can see, it kind of bunched up right there in the center. It's a beautiful color, but overall a lot more messy than the brown one. Again, very inconsistent formula on these. I don't know. Overall, I just don't live for this color. I think it's beautiful. The shimmer is my favorite. I use that one several times. But what I found with the glitters in all of these, and I'm going to be removing these like after every couple just so I don't end up with, you know, swatches up and down my arm. But what I find with these ones that I'm just really not a fan of is the way that they apply. I actually went in, like for me, you know, I'm sitting here like, can you justify this one, by the way? Hold the glitter, it will get you ass. This is the Labradorite shade. This glitter is so beautiful and intense. I love this one. I love a deep gray, like sultry moment on the eyes. I have a really difficult time pulling it off because I'm so fair, and I need more of a lighter silver. Like, for example, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Paints in the shade something. What shade is this? Oh, in the shade Aluminum Foil. And again, it's this guy right here, and just I'm going to swatch it right next to it so you can see. Because I'm so fair, I need something that's a lot brighter like this right here. And the price point, by the way, much, much cheaper than these. But I typically gravitate towards something this light. But what I found with this one in particular, oh my goodness, I put down a little bit of the shimmer, like the solid one, right? I put a little bit of that down. I tapped a tiny bit of glitter glue on top of that, and then I faded this aluminum foil shade into that on my eye, and it looked so beautiful. It's so extra. That's a lot of steps you don't need to take, but I love how insanely rich in pigment this glitter shade is. Now, a lot of these are not like that. Like the purple one you just saw, it was really glittery and kind of chunky, and I wasn't a huge fan, but this one is so thick and so opaque. Like this, if you love a gray shimmery shadow, I really love this. I'm not saying that I think you need it, because I feel like a lot of these are very easily dupable with any type of a loose pigment or the Urban Decay, what is that one? The Urban Decay Heavy Metal palette. I think it had like the 2 rows of shimmers on both sides and then a mirror in the dead center. That is a great palette, and it's a lot of dupes for like this kind of stuff. But honestly, you guys, that one is by far my favorite, like one of my favorites. I love it so much. Now we're going to move into Sapphire next, which I was so excited about this color, but at the same time I started using it and I was kind of like, wah, wah. It just didn't do it for me, you know? I feel like they're both beautiful, they're both great, they're both vibrant, but this one was the one for me that while it was beautiful, it looked great on the face. I don't know if it was just my formula or just the couple times that I used it that I had an issue. I had so much fallout with this onto my face before I was applying my foundation, after I applied my foundation. In the middle of the day, I had like random blue speckles on my face. I don't know if that's me, again, the texture, maybe the glitter glue that day, the heat, the world, God, I don't know. But I found that it looks beautiful on, but for me, I had a really difficult time manipulating this one. And, you know, if I'm being honest, you guys, that's where I have a hard time when like a brand or a product in specific, whenever there's like an inconsistency in a formula, I have a rough time, because like, how am I supposed to know if it's the formula? How am I supposed to know the reason that I'm having such a hard time if nothing about that product is like, you know, the same? So that was a big issue that I kept having. Like, I can't tell you guys what it was about it for some of these products that I didn't like, because they're just that inconsistent. At least they were for me. Anyways, you guys, all of that aside, next up we have the shade Garnet right here. Here they are on my fingers. And the shimmer shade, really pretty, beautiful reflect, but the glitter for this one was so disappointing. It was so lackluster, and it's like all they did is take the shimmer and they put gold or silver glitter in it. Like, I'm just not a fan. All they did is take this and put silver glitter, and it's nothing special. With those other ones, there was like all this pop and vibrancy and amazingness, and then this one comes along and it was just like, bleh. Like, I don't know. You can even see on camera, like, if anything, the light's reflecting off of this. It's a silver glitter in here. It should be popping and banging and buzzing, and, like, it hardly even looks metallic at all. I don't know. That one for me fell really, really flat. All right, guys, so last up here we have the Jade, and this one was really in between for me, because as you'll see in the swatch, like, these are one swipes. Look at how beautiful and vibrant and intense these look, especially in comparison to these red ones. They are so beautiful and intense, and I love that about them. However, I did find myself having issues with these, just like the blue ones. When I put them on, they were great, they were beautiful, but there was kind of fallout, and then another day I felt like they didn't blend as well, and then one day I felt like they didn't stack well on top of each other, because truth be told, one of my favorite ways to wear something like this is with like the shimmer all over the lid, and then I'll put the glitter over top of it, and I find that it gives like a really nice reflect, but everything looks super thick and sultry and opaque, and it looks beautiful. But with this green one, it was so hit or miss. Like, it was either really beautiful or really crappy, and there was just no in between for me. Like, no matter if I changed the glitter glue, no matter if I changed the concealer, like, I tried changing so many variables with these that if I'm gonna sit here and tell you, like, do I recommend these? Honestly, I don't think that I could in good conscience recommend these duos to you because they're just not consistent enough. So for these last guys, I'm just gonna swatch these in the pairs that they are. So the first pair I am going to do is the shade Intense Jade. So we have, and you're gonna know by the end of these swatches what I do and do not like about these. So that is the felt tip. Let me get the smudge one on here. Right there. So first up we have the felt tip and then the smudge one, and their smudge like formula itself is actually really nice. I find that a lot of times, like companies, whether it be Urban Decay or Marc Jacobs or whoever the hell they are, well, you guys, I don't know just where that stopped recording. I apologize. Like literally mid-sentence. So I'm just gonna start my sentence over and hope that you'll forgive me. But what I find is that a lot of companies, I was talking about their smudge proof formula on these smudge proof stick things, whatever, what are these called? Smudge stick waterproof eyeliners. Again, the idea being you can smudge it on, take like a smudger brush, you can smudge it out, and it's going to manipulate, but then it's going to really stay put, and no matter what, it will stay on your eyes. And for me, these don't perform amazing in the waterline, but what I do love about them is that they really do smudge. Like, by the way, these two right here, Vivid Sapphire. Can you see why I'm not a fan of these ones yet? I'll keep going. But I do love that formula about them. I love that they're very malleable when they first go on the eye, but they do stick very, very nicely. Again, for me, they don't stay in the waterline super great, which always kind of bums me out. Like, if we're being honest, I feel like all of us watery-eyed bitches, like, we want something that will stay in our waterline, and nothing ever does. Oh, look, there's Amethyst. Okay, so that's the purple one. I'll keep going. Down here we have Labradorite. Then right below that we had Smoky Quartz. You don't see a difference? Hold on, let me bring you in. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you see a little bit of a difference now between all the different... These are supposed to be different colors, people. Like, you guys, the level of disappointment that I got when I swatched these damn things, and they were all so similar. Like, are you kidding me? I love, okay, I'm just gonna say it. I love the formula. I love the concept. For me, the felt tip ones, those can feather a little bit on my upper lash line when I do like a winged liner. Those feather a little bit, but I still use them because they're not that bad. And the smudge proof ones, like I just said, I like those. I think they smudge really nicely. I don't have any issues. But sweet Jesus, could you come out with color? Like, you guys, I try not to be so dramatic, but like the drama's about to unfold because I'm so pissed. Like, in what world, okay, I'm sorry, in what world are these vivid or vibrant? Vivid or vibrant? Come on, like, hold on, actually, you guys, these are a great example. I just bought a couple of the new Marc Jacobs liner. They came out with a ton of different colors, and I love them. They were vivid, they were vibrant, and look at these colors. You can see there's a purple, a pink, a cobalt blue color. Like, you can see the different colors. I don't understand for the life of me, and I'm not trying to be dramatic, I'm not trying to be obnoxious, but to tell me that this is your vivid, vibrant collection, and I get something that these are not called vivid, they are not called vibrant, they are just beautiful, different colors, and then you tell me that you guys, like, the level of upset and disappointment when I swatch these, I literally cannot tell you how bummed I was, because in my mind I was looking at these and I'm like, oh my goodness, look at how beautiful this jade is, look at how beautiful, like, we all know I loved this. You guys, I used this green as a liner 10 times more than I used this green as a liner, because they're both so you wouldn't know it, but the top one is the green. Like, it's just, I'm not gonna rant because I just raised my blood pressure about 700 points just now, but I'm done with this conversation. The colors are pathetic. These are not vivid or vibrant. If you're looking for a nice, like, deep green or a deep blue or a deep purple or a gray or a brown, they are good. They're nice liners. I don't have an issue with the quality, but I have an issue with you telling me that those are vivid and vibrant when I can tell you that, like, I just, by the way, tried to wipe these Marc Jacobs ones off. Like, I'm scrubbing and they're not coming off. So that's nice. So last but not least, we have the 6 new colors of liquid lipsticks. Now they did say when they released these that these were 6 brand new shades. At least everything that I saw said that. I mean, you can tell me if that was a complete lie and if I fell for like this marketing lie, but I actually really did. With that being said, I love the colors they released. I haven't been wearing a ton of matte liquid lipsticks lately because it's like summer and I've really been feeling my gloss fantasy. But honestly, you guys, the arrange that you have here, the arrangement is what I meant to say. Oh my god, that was good. That was not planned, but it was still funny as fuck. I really do love the colors that they came out with, but again, what just take a guess, like what is my bitch with this release? Right here. These are the colors. I'm gonna let you soak it in. Where is the cohesion in this collection? These are all like insanely beautiful, bubbly, amazing pops of color. I didn't necessarily expect like, you know, green lipstick or anything because I understand that they wanted it to be wearable, but like, I just don't get it. Like from where I'm sitting, there could have at least been like a hot pink. Like people wear hot pink in the summer, don't they? People wear bright, like maybe not bright purple, but you know what I mean? Like there's just, these are literally just like 6 different toned nudes. Now, if you're not familiar with like their formula or whatever, their formula is actually pretty decent. How much are these? I forgot to look. Okay, yes, that's what I thought. Their Stay All Day liquid lipsticks are $22 a piece, which again, it's not a bad price for, you know, it's like right in line with a high-end lipstick. And here's what I think about these. I'll actually swatch these on my hand real quick, and then I will swatch a couple on the lips. First up, we have the shade Forza. Now you'll see that with these, the colors are really beautiful. They're bold, intense. These are, of course, a all-day like liquid lipstick, so they will dry down, a matte liquid lipstick rather. The colors are really beautiful. This is the shade Fia or Faya. I actually love this nude shade. Really, really nice and thin, which is nice. Really nice and thin, which is nice. Paige, go to bed. These are very nice and thin like the formula is, so as far as how much you have to put on, it's substantially less than with a lot of other colors. But the issue that I have with these, and it's not all of the colors from Stila, just like some I've tried in the past, is that they can be super duper drying on my lips. Like, I don't know if it's just me. Look at how deep and like beautiful that purple, that swatch really got away from me. Oh my god. But it's like this really beautiful berry undertone purple. That is the shade Vino, you know, like wine. And it's just a really beautiful color. This is the shade Sienna. Oh my god. So pretty. Below that, we have Palermo and Lido, or Lido. I'm not sure how that one is pronounced, but let me bring you in for just a second. So these are all 6 colors. They smell really nice, all of that good stuff. But again, look at the shade range. I feel like for me, it's just kind of like, it's nice. They're all beautiful. They all have their own undertones and they're all a little bit different. But at the same time, for a vivid and vibrant collection, do these say vivid and vibrant? I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments what you think, but I don't know. Now, it wouldn't be the beautiful disaster that I am known for if I didn't swatch at least a couple of these for you. So I think I'm going to start off with the shade Lido. That's the one I grabbed first. And I just want to try a couple of them on, show you what they look like, all that good stuff. Oh god, my foundation looks so disgusting. Oh my god. Ooh, yes, queen. This shade actually really surprised me when I first put it on because it looks so like light and innocent, and then when you put it on your lips, you're just like, holy shit, that is so much darker than I thought. Like, does that not kind of shock you when you look at the bottle versus, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I looked at this and I thought like, oh, it's a light pinky mauve. It's gonna be so pretty. And then I put it on and I was like, actually, I look like I just sucked a vampire, so never mind. Like, really nice, intense, beautiful, bold color. But again, for me, it just was a little bit darker than what I was going for that day. And I actually distinctly remember because I said, which one is the lightest color? And that is this one, the shade Fia. Hold on a second. Look at that color. This is supposed to be like this really light brown. Light brown. This is not a light brown. Like for me, none of these, and I don't know if it's just my lips or what, but none of these were the color that they were in the tube. Like I put them on and they were all so similar, like even more similar than they were in just the swatch. I don't know. You guys can tell me, but I think that the colors are really nice. The formulas are beautiful. I will swatch one more because I can't help myself and I have to play with the shade Vino. Don't judge me. So you guys, that's the shade Vino. How dark and intense. It is a really nice, beautiful, opaque color, don't get me wrong. This is actually for a purple, for like a really deep berry toned purple. It has a lot of pigment to it. It's not super patchy, streaky. You don't have to build it up a ton, which is nice. Overall, I think their formula is pretty good. Again, it's very long lasting, which is nice, but it can get a little bit bally on your mouth depending on the color. I have noticed some inconsistencies with their lipstick formula as well, especially where their matte ones are concerned. But overall, it's a very long wearing lipstick. It's relatively comfortable. It's not as comfortable as like my Jeffree Star. Those are my favorite. Like, that is literally one of my go-to favorite formulas for any type of liquid lipstick. I love his so much. But these, so they're not the worst though. They're nothing like, oh God, why? So for me, they're just kind of an in-between ground. Do you need them? No. And again, I just want to point this out. These were not listed with like Vivid and Vibrant eyeshadow duo, Vivid and Vibrant freaking Amethyst, Vivid and Vibrant Shimmer and Glow. Like, these were not listed in the Intense or the Vivid family. But the reason that I point out, you know, their lack of BAM is because they were released and bundled in that bundle. So for me, if you're going to bundle them together, that's the reason I said that. I wanted to remember to tell you, because technically they are not part of the Vivid family, but again, they were released and sold to me in that bundle, so I'm kind of like, that's just the packaging for me. Like, the branding was really far off. My biggest thing when I'm like doing a video like this, it's a super long, it's a talk through video, and I'm just like hanging out, like I'm in pajama pants right now. I'm just straight up hanging out with you guys. My biggest issue is like, I feel like if you are talking to me and you're going to trust me with your money and like what to buy and what not to buy, because to some extent that's why you watch me, I do not feel right in good conscience sitting here being like, oh yes, you know, you need this, when some of the stuff for me is just so inconsistent. I like to know when I purchase from a brand, are they consistent? ABH, for example, Anastasia Beverly Hills, that's a great example. They really rocked the boat when they came out with Subculture, and it was really inconsistent. And it was like, holy shit, like some people loved it, some people hated it, but holy crap, was it different than their... When you have problems like that, you put doubt into your product, and ultimately you put doubt into your name, into the name, and your brand is your name, and it's like your reputation. That is the reason. Why do you think Morphe and this new Jaclyn Hill Vault, why do you think that they wouldn't release that? Because they didn't want that inconsistency to be in their name. They didn't want to be known for an inconsistent product. They would rather be known as the company that found a problem and stopped production and redid all of it and lost all that money before they sold it to people, because that speaks so highly of your brand. It speaks highly of who you are. And I'm not saying there's anything against Stila. I'm just saying that, you know, inconsistency is a big deal. And I know that if I would have reached out to them, I'm sure I could have returned them. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if these are what I received, these are what you guys received. There was no other press release. There was no other issue with these, which means that all of the feedback that they got, ultimately they just kept. And to me, that's something that needs to be talked about. So my overall thoughts, I think that you've pretty much got your hands all around that shit. And I hope that you really enjoyed this video. I tried to be as informative. I know we covered a lot of products, a lot of color, a lot of everything, and my face still looks like this. So I'm gonna go wash my face, because the end of the day, it's been here for 5 hours and I'm exhausted and I'm over this, and I hope you guys are too. So don't forget, you guys, give me your comments down below. Tell me what you think. Have you tried any of these? What were your experiences? I would be so interested in hearing them. With all of that being said, you guys, those are my thoughts. Let me know down below what you guys think, and don't forget, check the description box. All my social medias are down there. I love hearing from you guys, mainly on Instagram and Twitter. It's kind of my thing. And yeah, me and my super cute hairdo and my super cute lips and face, we're gonna go wash ourselves because we looking crusty. And yeah, that's it, you guys. Have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. I swatch so much, Stila. My face is kinda crusty, and it's time to go. No, really, it's time to go.